Okay, so we're going to talk today about some of the strategies we could have used for that activity with our mental math. The first one asked us to find the product of 4.5 times 4. So strategy number one, you're going to break up 4.5 and you're going to think about it as 4.5. And you're going to multiply each one of those parts by 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. Then you're going to multiply half times 4, but I want you to think about that as the word of. Half of 4 is 2. Then you're going to put those two parts together, and 16 plus 2 is 18. Another strategy you can use for this problem is thinking about multiplying by 4 as double the number and then double it again. So if I double something, I've multiplied it by 2, but if I double it one more time, I've multiplied it by 4. So I can think 4.5 doubled, or 4.5 times 2 is 9, and then 9 doubled, or 9 times 2 is 18. When I go to multiply 4.5 times 8, I could use that same first strategy. I can think of 4.5 as 4.5. So I can do 4 times 8 is 32. Half of 8 is 4. Put them together, 32 plus 4 is 36. I can use the strategy of double it again. So I could think, okay, well, 4.5 doubled is 9, 9 doubled is 18, but this is times 8 this time. So I'm taking that last number I had of 18, and I'm just doubling it one more time, and so 18 doubled is 36. 1/10 of a number is the same thing as dividing it by 10, and when we take a number and we divide it by 10, we move the decimal point one place to the left. So I can think 65 divided by 10, when I move that decimal one place to the left, is 6.5. I can also take that 65, and because it's a whole number, put it over 1 and multiply straight across. So 1 times 65 is 65, 10 times 1 is 10, and that's going to become 65 tenths. Now, when I try to take 65 tenths, which is an improper fraction, and rewrite it as a mixed number, I think how many tens fit into 65? Well, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 6 of them, and that becomes my whole number. Then I think what's left over? Okay, well, 5 tenths. 5 tenths is going to simplify to a half, and so that's going to get me to that 6.5 as well. Once we know that 1/10 of 65 is 6.5, we now know that 2 tenths would be that number doubled. So if we already know that 1/10 is 6.5 or 6.5, we're going to double that for 2 tenths. 6.5 doubled should have been 13. So those are some of the strategies that we could have used when we were doing that mental math section. And then we're going to shortly be going into 6.2.